Hey friends, today I am going to do some cleaning and decorating for spring, and I thought it would be fun to take you guys along. I've been craving some change in my house with this beautiful weather we've been having, and so it's always fun to kind of show you guys how I switch things up and change things around. So I would love for you to come with me today as we do that. And also I'm going to take you guys thrifting and show you some things that I picked up at the thrift store. Really just the things that I like to look out for whenever I go thrifting. So I can't wait to take you guys along with me. So before I start cleaning today, I had some packages arrive and I thought, oh my goodness, this is perfect. I can't wait to share this stuff with you guys. So first up, I just discovered Farmhouse Teas. This is a family-owned business and I ordered a sample pack from them, and I'm so excited because a couple of the teas that I found on their site are part of their Not Coffee line. So they are teas that are supposed to remind you of a cup of coffee, which is perfect for me. I am so excited to try these. Look at this adorable packaging. I also got one for just an upset stomach, so I'm going to try that as well. But I'm going to put a link down below if you guys want to try these teas out. I'm going to try the chocolate conniption later on in this video, and oh my goodness, it was so delicious. So like I said, I will put a link in the description below if you want to check them out. It's a family-run business and a lot of their ingredients are organic and locally sourced. I also want to share with you some new candles. You guys know how much I love Antique Candle Co. This is another family-run business, and I ordered fresh cut herbs, sweet lemon, and pineapple coconut. So I am going to light these later, and I will put a link below for you guys if you want to check out Antique Candle Co. These candles are non-toxic and amazing. I also got some wallpaper samples because I am just dying to try some wallpaper somewhere in my home. These came from Milton and King, I believe. I'm not sure where I'm going to try wallpaper. I'm thinking maybe up in our bedroom or even potentially in like our bathroom downstairs. I don't know. I've just been loving the way wallpaper looks, and so I thought I would share these fun samples with you guys. I'm especially loving this one. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right, so while I tidy up and put away the winter coats and scarves that we haven't been using lately because it's been so beautiful this week in the 50s and 60s, it isn't supposed to last, but we're enjoying it while it's here. I thought I would tell you guys that actually my mom ended up taking the boys for me this afternoon so I could kind of clean the house and get it back in order after being on my own for an entire week. My husband actually went to Germany to visit his family again. So if you're new here, my husband is from Germany, and we went all together as a family last year. But this year we both made the decision that he should go alone, just because I just felt like it would allow for a lot more conversation with his family. He wouldn't have to worry about me or the kids or having to interpret for us because, we don't understand anything, which we really do want to learn how to speak German. I think that would be so neat. But anyways, Dea, our 2-year-old, actually broke his collarbone right before Mike left for Germany. So it's been a little bit more of a challenging week than usual, to say the least. So I was really thankful that my mom took the boys for a few hours so I can just tidy up and prepare for his homecoming. But before I decorate for spring, I thought I would take you guys with me to the thrift store. I haven't been to my local thrift store in a while. I grabbed this footage about a week before decorating for spring, and I know I take you guys with me thrifting a lot, but I have to show you all of the neat things that you can find when you go thrift shopping. If you haven't tried it, I really want to encourage you. You just never know. One person's trash is another person's treasure. I actually grabbed this painting for my sister Jessica. It was only $4 and I knew she would love it, so I sent her this photo and she said, yes, grab it. But I'm just going to show you some of the really cool things you can find when you go thrifting, and you can just add so much character to your home by shopping this way. So as you can see, my thrift store has a whole section of what they label vintage items at the front of their shop, and the items are a little bit pricey, so oftentimes I pass on them, but then sometimes I think, would I be willing to pay that much at an antique store? Probably, so I have to think about that whenever I shop there, but it's kind of neat. I think a lot of thrift stores actually do this, but I loved this cake stand. I thought it was so pretty, but I already have a cake stand that's very similar, so I figured I don't need to. And then I always like to look through the floral section. You never know what you'll find. I found these fun little stems that are kind of whimsical. I think I'm gonna purchase those. Now this is an example, okay? $25. I thought that was a little high for a thrift shop, but now I'm kind of wondering, should I go back for that? I really liked these little spice jars too. Aren't they fun? I didn't need them. My spices aren't actually on display, but I really thought that they were cute. And then I actually ended up purchasing this for my sister Jess as well. We both homeschool. So, and I know she's been looking for a small globe like this, and I was so excited to find this one for $2.50. I always love looking through the baskets whenever I go thrifting. A lot of the baskets in my home are from thrift stores, and I thought this one was really fun. This was cute as well. Not super old though. If it had been older and maybe had a leather strap, I could have purchased it or would have purchased it. Always checking the dishes for ironstone pieces or stoneware. I have quite the collection in my corner cupboard. You'll see that later on in the video. And I thought that this mixing bowl set was really nice. I try to be careful not to purchase things just because they're a great price. I have a lot of mixing bowls at home, so I passed on those. And then I grabbed this little guy. I just love old jars, and actually I make homemade dressings all the time, so this will be perfect for a homemade salad dressing. So why don't we go ahead and start decorating for spring. I like to just kind of get everything out on my dining room table that I want to use and decide where I'm going to put it. I'm not going like all out today. I didn't actually pull out all of my faux flowers. And by the way, I love real flowers so much more than faux. Don't get me wrong, but we still have patches of snow outside. And real flowers in your home all the time can end up being a little bit pricey. So if you can find some good faux flowers, I recommend it. I think that it saves you money in the long run because you can use them over and over and over again. So I'm just going to add just little touches of spring throughout my home, nothing over the top. Like I said, there are still patches of snow outside, but I just want these subtle touches here and there. So I really like to incorporate some white stems throughout my home for the spring season. I just feel like it looks really fresh and it just adds that pop of color when you mix it with the green. So I also like to hang up some sun hats, straw hats in my entryway. I do this just about every year. I think they're so pretty for spring and summer, as well as a thrifted jean jacket. So this basket on the door was thrifted, the hats were thrifted, the jean jacket was thrifted, the 3-tiered basket was thrifted, and so was the candlestick hanging up, the candle holder. That was thrifted as well, the little sconce, which by the way, I'm still shopping for a sconce because we can actually hardwire something there. Just haven't found the perfect one yet. Anyways, all right, so I decided to move this tree that was in the sunroom over next to the fireplace just for a pop of green. I wasn't really feeling the other plant there. This one is a little softer, in my opinion. I just think it has a little bit more whimsy. And if you need to add some height, you can always put another pot inside of the planter you're using just to give it height. Now I tried this crock as well, like the darker brown crock. I'm not sure which one I like more. What do you guys think? I ended up switching back to the lighter one, but anyways, they were both really pretty options. Now I really wanted to add more color to my coffee table, more green for springtime, and sometimes you just have to play around a little bit. I thought that these stems ended up looking a little bit too I don't know, too tall maybe for the coffee table. My boys are constantly putting their feet on this table and playing on this table, so I didn't want anything too huge, I guess. I don't know. I decided to switch it up and add all of this faux eucalyptus. This stuff is so beautiful. I got it from an Etsy shop, and she no longer has a shop, so maybe I can link some that's similar to you, but it's this seeded eucalyptus that looks really lifelike, and I just added those little white stems that I found at the thrift store for these little bitty pops of white against the green eucalyptus, and I think it looks really beautiful for springtime. Now I'm just putting all the pillows back on the couch. I always take them off every time I vacuum. I like to vacuum not only the floors but the furniture as well. We have a couple of cats, and so it just makes it easier to remove all of the pillows when I vacuum. But I'm already feeling like the living room looks so much more like springtime, and this is the perfect little arrangement for the coffee table. So now I want to go ahead and move on to this table between the two white chairs. I like to use galvanized metal in the springtime. It reminds me of like watering cans and gardening. So I got this pail at a thrift store for $3 or $4, and I'm smiling looking out the window because my mom is bringing Isaiah home for his nap, and there he is, broken collarbone and all. He's doing a lot better, but it was rough there for a few days. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing they can really do for it. My dad was watching him when he broke it, so he felt really bad about that. But he's fallen so many times, around us. I was like, Dad, it could have happened with us. It's fine. But he's doing much better, and we're all thankful for that. I am just going to take this opportunity, though, after laying Isaiah down, to try out this tea from Farmhouse Teas. I am going to try the chocolate conniption. So it's supposed to give you that like coffee taste. And this is loose leaf tea, and this was the only little tea contraption that I could find in my drawer. I totally forgot that I needed to order something to be able to steep my loose leaf tea. So the chain is gone. I must have picked this up at a thrift store or something, and so I just had to kind of drop it in my teacup. And I will say I had to strain this one more time, but the tea was delicious. It was so good. So again, I'll put that link below if you're wanting to check out Farmhouse Teas. It was such a great tea, you guys. All right, so I'm going to keep playing with this arrangement here, and the real plants that I had, I went ahead and moved them out to the sunroom. The sunroom gets great light, obviously. It's a sunroom. There's windows all around. So I just put them on the piano. You can see the sun just streaming in, and I think that they will do really well out here. But I just went ahead and filled this thrifted galvanized pail with some faux, I think this is like a Queen Anne's lace or something, along with some green stems as well. I always like to do that. It just gives your stems a fuller, more lifelike look whenever you're using faux. And I think that the living room just looks fresh and ready for spring. So I really like the way that it all came together. Now, moving on to the dining room, I was really loving the look of something woven on this table. For a while, I was trying to put this little sun hat here. I just thought it looked like springtime, but I really wanted to have some life, some greens, some flowers. So sometimes you just have to play around with a space. I think that it takes a lot of just trial and error whenever you're decorating your home. And something to keep in mind is that, I think we just take our homes too seriously. Just try it for a little bit, live with it a few days. If you don't like it, you can change it. That's what's so much fun about decorating. You can try new things and play with decor. And anyways, I wasn't crazy about this crack here. So I think this basket is a little bit too large for this little buffet table we have, which was thrifted, by the way. Actually, no, it's a Facebook Marketplace find. I think I paid 25 bucks for the little table that I painted green. This basket was thrifted, though. I think that was $5. I found that with you guys in one of my videos, but anyways, I really love the look of a basket here filled with greens for springtime. Again, this one might be a little bit large for this table, but I'm just going to keep it here for now. I love the idea of something white against the basket. I love combining woods and whites. I think they look so beautiful together. So those mixing bowls were a little bit large. I switched it out and put some smaller bowls there instead. And I thought that those were the perfect touch of white here on the table. And I also thought it might be fun to include like a gingham towel. I don't know why the gingham just reminds me of springtime, maybe because it looks like a picnic. I have no idea, but I just draped that in the basket as well. So I think I'm loving this look. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now until I, decide to change it again. But I also wanted to put together some little arrangements for the kitchen, and I had some of this eucalyptus left over, so I put it in this little thrifted crock here with these white stems that are also thrifted. I think you can find these on Amazon. They are so pretty. They're like a faux baby's breath, and I've looked before on Amazon, and I'm pretty sure I found a lookalike there. I can't guarantee it, but I love the way these look with this eucalyptus. And so I'm just putting it over here in the kitchen in this corner. I think that it just instantly makes this corner look like spring. How do you guys feel about KitchenAids out on the counter? I always try to kind of hide mine with all of my vintage decor, but I use it so often that I just keep it out. I tried the flowers over in this corner as well, and I really like them here, but I do a lot of cooking, obviously, over here by the stove, so I moved the flowers back over to the other corner. Now I'm just wetting my chalkboard so I can write a little message on it. Welcome home, Daddy. It's always easier to write with chalk when you kind of wet your surface. This was a DIY project. I did it years ago. I oftentimes think about changing this wall up though and doing something else on this wall. How do you guys feel about the chalkboard? Do you like it? We don't use it a ton. My boys love doing like countdowns to vacation and Christmas countdowns on this chalkboard. Once in a while I'll write a verse on there, a Bible verse that we're studying as a family, but anyways, I've just been thinking about switching that up. So this is another thrifted vase and a thrifted little stem that I got years ago. And now I'm going to light the sweet lemon candle, which, by the way, smelled so good. Oh my goodness, you guys. And the pineapple coconut was amazing. Again, these are made in the USA, family owned. They're non-toxic. And if you are looking for a great candle to incorporate into your home, you've got to check out Antique Candle Co. Now, I happen to have some hydrangeas already that are on their way out, so I had them submerging in water in the bathroom, and it did help to perk them up again, but they're a little wilty, but I'm just going to keep them on the table as long as possible until they just are completely flopped over, and I think that they look perfect for springtime, so I just put those in a thrifted vase. Everything in my home, you guys, everything on these shelves is thrifted for the most part. Once in a while I find things at antique stores, but a lot of my home is thrifted, and I hope that encourages you. It takes time, definitely, to thrift for decor. You're not going to find everything instantly. You have to be patient, but it's totally worth it, and you can really find some great things if you're willing to do the digging and to go out and look. So I am just finishing up some chores. I decided to wash all the towels and sheets and get all the laundry done, and it just really feels so good to have the whole house clean and with the sun pouring in. I just can't tell you how just beautiful these past few days have been here in Michigan. I also baked some fresh bread for my husband. He's been, enjoying German bakeries, I'm sure, so didn't want him to miss Germany too much. So I've got some fresh sandwich bread for him. But thank you guys so much for coming along with me today. It's always so much fun having you. I hope you gained some spring decor inspiration. I hope it encourages you to get out there and do some thrifting. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.